Okay, well, I'm calling this a battle of the Endgame vocal microphones, but honestly, what I really want to do here is a comparison. So put some headphones on, listen with your studio monitors, just make sure you're fully able to digest this sound between both microphones here. The Electro Voice RE20, the dynamic on your left on the screen, and the Neumann U87Ai, the condenser on the right of your screen here. Both these microphones in front of me right now, I'll put on the bottom of the screen which one you're hearing while you're hearing it so that you can compare. But the big point of this video is to also show you that these microphones are different in so many ways, almost every way, but they can be modified to give you similar results. Now, not exactly the same sound. No two microphones, different microphones, could offer you something that near identical unless they were designed to be that way. These microphones were not designed for that. One is to kind of broadcast on the radio. The other one is to record the hit record that you would be listening to next between the RE20 and U87Ai. So they are different in design. Oh my goodness, in cost. You can get like, 7 or 8 RE20s for the price of one Neumann U87Ai. It is pretty much crazy that way. But that being said, if you're smart, you know how to use these microphones, you know how to process them. By the way, you're hearing both of these mics right now fully processed. Later on, we can take all the EQ and compression off. You can hear them dry back to back. But as for right now, they're both fully processed in my respective signal chains. That established, I highly recommend either one of these microphones, dependent on, or independent, I should say, of your price point or what you're trying to do. They're both going to get you end-game type results in a home studio situation. So the differences are like this. Treated spaces are especially important for the Neumann U87Ai, and that goes along with most condenser microphones, especially large diaphragm condensers. They're extra sensitive, they're phantom powered, they hear everything in the room. Reverberations, mouth clicks, pops, scratching yourself too loud, clothing that makes a bunch of noise when you move. Like, these microphones are very sensitive to that versus the RE20, which as a dynamic is not going to pick up necessarily every detail of the voice. Again, I'm trying to record these in a similar fashion so they sound close to the same, or at least to the same caliber of what you're trying to do, but they're going to hear your voice and replicate your voice differently. I should also let you know that because the dynamic microphone always uses more power, more gain to actually power the microphone, I'm actually using an inline preamp with it right now, a Triton Audio Fedhead, which gives me about 27, 28 dB of gain going into my Universal Audio Apollo Twin X. Now, the Apollo doesn't really need that extra kick, that boost. It can power this mic by itself just fine. It's that my preference with its plugins, with the preamp I'm using, I'd rather have it come in at a hotter level and then let the Unison preamp do its thing with the EQ and the LA2A give it the right compression, the Neve 1073, all plugins I'm using in my chain. I'd rather have them do work later after the signal has already been boosted by the Triton Audio Fedhead. So I do need to let you know I am using an inline preamp here. I would also say that depending on how you're using these microphones, it might dictate the decision you make on which one to get or which one to use if you have both of them. Quieter sources are almost always going to be better on a condenser mic. For example, you want some ASMR? I'll do an ASMR video for you right now. And at this point, I'm pretty much whispering, and there is obviously compression on the mic, but I'm talking into the U87Ai. Okay, now I'm over here on the Electro Voice RE20. I'm close talking both microphones. This one has variable D technology, so it's not exactly going to have that proximity effect, that bass boominess that maybe the U87Ai has. When a condenser and you're all over it, it does have that beefy tone to it. So quieter sources, I would still recommend the condenser, the U87 versus the RE20. But as you heard, I mean, for most cases, the dynamic here can do just as good of a job if you tune it up right. I would also say that the U87, and this comes with the territory of a very more expensive microphone, it has an overall flatter EQ curve, like starting from the low end, it's just one flat line all the way to the highs. There's a little presence boost versus the RE20, which has a low push, little dip here in between. It's got a presence in the speech fundamental regions, and then it's got a couple different choppy roller coaster ups and downs on the high end. So the 87 has more of the blank canvas flat curve that you would optimally want but the RE20's curve is just fine to be working with. Flatter and fuller, I would say, for the 87 versus the RE20. Again, these microphones are both great. They're both Endgame vocal microphones. If you have this one, or both of these in your home studio, my goodness, what a luxury. You're doing the right things. You're making the right choices. If you're considering a purchase, I just want to let you know that, yeah, look up how much this costs versus this costs. Listen to the sound of both of these microphones. Can you get about 90% of the way here with this microphone? I think you might be able to do that for a tenth of the cost, or whatever it is, an eighth of the cost. So consider that, and obviously you need some processing too. It's not your only purchase, but understand that these tools as microphones, if you use them correctly, you can get a lot out of them. You can get near identical performance out of them if you know what you're doing with them. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. If it provided you any value, give it a thumbs up. That would really help me out. Also, subscribe to this channel. I've got lots more great stuff coming your way very soon.